Antibiotics, microbiome, and your mitochondria. What do these three things have in common? What is the best thing to do when you're dealing with an issue that would necessitate antibiotics? Let's break it down. The word antibiotic, anti means against. Biotic is from the Latin word biotique, bioticus, which means of life. So the word antibiotic means anti-life. It kills the cell wall of a microorganism, which is a creator of life, intelligence, chemical factory for your gut, your brain. Your organic immune system is your microbiome. 80% of your serotonin is made within your gut microbiome, connected to your brain. Your brain clarity is connected to your gut. And we have a biome on all different parts and orifices of our body that actually create our vitality, health, immunity, resilience. When we are questioning the necessity of an antibiotic, know that that substance is going to break down the cell wall of your microbes. And that is going to lead towards a reduction in your digestion, your mood, your mental health, your immunity, your ability for your brain to produce GABA, serotonin, the ability for your liver and your gut to function optimally, the ability of your body to regulate itself, to be able to digest food effectively. And these antibiotics also weaken the cell walls of mitochondria, because mitochondria are also a form of bacteria. And these little symbiotes produce electricity and light that give you vital life force, energy, metabolic health, magnetism, and the ability to work with the quantum field. In Star Wars, the mitochondria, the midichlorians, the Jedi had a lot of mitochondria. So when your mitochondria are strong, you have the ability to use the force to bend energy, and this is the goal. This is the true magic of your soul embodied, is your mitochondrial power in your nervous system. So anytime you get an antibiotic, you are thwarting the fullness of your mitochondria. Now, mitochondria are also these sensors. They're these quantum sensors. They're sensing if it's cold, if there's light, if it's safe, if there's nutrition. They're perceiving the environment on a very accurate level, and that's giving you feedback on what your own body needs to be doing, if it's safe to reproduce, if it's safe to grow, if you're in a stress environment, you need to be running. The mitochondria are very intelligent, and we can strengthen them by really just exposing ourselves to the elements, to nature, to a variety of temperatures. You know, the cold water therapy, the ice baths, these things are very common now. That's one way to strengthen your mitochondria's energy production and ability to sense things. Living as close to the earth and in the elements as much as you can will strengthen and preserve, protect, and even grow new mitochondria. If you're going through a health challenge and your doctor says you need antibiotics, I would encourage you to investigate other options such as natural antibiotics. I will leave a list here. We have oil of oregano, garlic, turmeric, cumin, many different natural antibiotics, ginger even. There's so many natural medicines you can consume that will not be destroying the microbiome or weakening the mitochondria in the body. You also have urine therapy. You have chlorine dioxide. You have water fasting, dry fasting. So many natural options that will effectively and efficiently clean out pathogenic microbes or clean out things in the body that may require an antibiotic. I'm not saying that you should never use them. There is a time and a place for everything. I'm saying to investigate and learn, and to be aware that if you are choosing to take an antibiotic, that you're consenting to killing off some of your native ecology and life force. And to really understand that is responsibility and maturity within your own being, to know what you're agreeing to. So I'm just a messenger. I'm not a doctor. I'm just sharing what I've learned as somebody that had 2 rounds of antibiotics from the ages of 6 to 18 and has spent 10 years studying, implementing, replenishing, thermogenically strengthening myself in cold water, re-inoculating myself, As somebody that's gone through the healing journey and is still going through it daily, I'm sharing my opinion and the wisdom that I've accumulated so you can make the best decision for yourself if considered with taking antibiotics or not. If you do get antibiotics, whether you have in the past, or you never have, I would highly encourage you to get in nature, get dirty, get in the earth, plant a garden, eat some healthy dirt once in a while, bathe in native waters with pristine water if you can find it. Use natural products on yourself. Don't use shampoos every day. Eat organic as possible, close to the soil, diversity of foods and different fibers. Learn how to make your own probiotics or buy from artisan fermenters. And if you want to go even deeper, you can look into Dr. William Davis's probiotics. You can look into fecal microbial transplants if you're really in a tough spot and you really want to inoculate your gut microbiome on a foundational level. So many options, so many options. And the world has been so stripped of our native biome that unless you are like a Hadza or hunter-gatherer living in Papua New Guinea or Africa, it's likely that your microbiome could use some tonification, strengthening, fortification, diversification. And with that, there's a learning process. I think in the next few years, we're going to see a lot of microbiome solutions. Yeah, if you don't know where to start, DM me Biome. And if you'd like to book a call with me, a one-on-one call, I can help you strategize the best microbiome process for you to move from where you're at to where you want to be. And I can educate and introduce to you the best quality microbial strains, how to multiply them, how to put them in the body, how to cleanse the body before you re-inoculate it. This is really a process. So put the word biome if you want my support with this. And be aware that your body is a sacred temple, living temple. And the more you treat it that way, the happier you will be and the more connected you will be to your own soul and the Great Spirit.